Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 2026 Wake County Cup Draw. I'm Nick Stevens with National Amateur Sports. Today, we're going to find out the group assignments for this fall's Wake County Cup Boys Soccer Tournament. 8 junior varsity and 8 varsity teams will participate in the season-long event, which will culminate in a championship game on October 10th at Apex Friendship High School. But before we do that, let's meet the 8 teams participating in this year's tournament. Last year's Wake County Cup champion, the Apex Friendship Patriots, will return to the tournament this year. The Patriots won the Quad City 7 Conference with a 10-1-1 record and finished the year 16-5-4. Apex Friendship lost to eventual state champion Hoggard 1-0 in the third round of the playoffs. Green Level, the second-place team in the Quad City 7 Conference, will return to the Wake County Cup this season after a 14-7-3 campaign last fall. The Gators advanced to the second round of the 8A playoffs, where they lost to Broughton 2-1. Last year's leading goal scorer Tyler Pigeon will be back for his senior season after posting 24 goals as a junior. Holly Springs will compete in the Wake County Cup this fall. The Golden Hawks placed second in the Triangle 6 Conference last fall with an 8-2 league record. Holly Springs was 17-9 overall and advanced to the third round of the 7A playoffs, where it lost to Ashley 3-2. The Golden Hawks returned their leading goal scorer as well, rising senior Cruz Arado, who scored 18 goals last season. After a third-place finish in the Quad City 7 Conference last fall, the Green Hope Falcons will compete in the Wake County Cup in 2026. The Falcons were 12-7-4 overall and 6-3-3 in conference play last season, losing to state champion Hoggard in the second round of the state playoffs 2-1. Baron Bame returns for the Falcons after scoring 12 goals as a junior last season. The Heritage Huskies, champions of the Northern 6 Conference a season ago, will appear in the Wake County Cup this fall. The Huskies were a perfect 10-0 in league play and posted a 14-3-5 overall record. After earning the number 1 seed in the East, Heritage advanced to the third round of the 7A playoffs before falling to Clayton 1-0. Wakefield had a young team last season, but with a much more experienced group, the Wolverines are headed to the Wake County Cup this fall. 8 of Wakefield's top 10 goal scorers returned this season, including the top 5. Wakefield was 12-10-3 overall and lost to Laney in the second round of the 8A state playoffs 2-0. Fuquay-Varina placed second in the Greater News River Conference last year with a 9-2-1 league record. The Bengals finished the season with a 15-7-3 mark and advanced to the third round of the 7A playoffs, where they lost to New Hanover 2-1. Top goal scorer Ian Klun will return this fall for Fuquay-Varina. As a junior last fall, he scored 10 goals. And finally, the Willow Spring Storm will compete in the Wake County Cup this fall. Willow Spring compiled a 10-10-5 record last fall, including a 5-5-2 mark in the Quad City 7 Conference, placing 4th. The Storm lost to Apex Friendship in the second round of the 8A playoffs 2-0. All right, we're going to bring in Apex Friendship Athletic Director Matt Clifton, and they'll be the host of the Wake County Cup this year, and Green Level Athletic Director Colin Fagley, who hosted the event last year. Matt and Colin will be doing the draw live to determine the groupings. None of the group assignments were determined ahead of time. This is all going to be determined live here on camera. Colin is going to randomly draw Group A or Group B, and then Matt will draw the name of one of the 8 participating teams. There will be 8 rounds of the draw until all 8 teams are assigned to the group. However, if 2 teams from a single conference are assigned to a group, no other teams from that conference can be assigned to the same group. Once the draw is complete, the groups are final. Schools will take care of the scheduling of the matches themselves before the October 10th championship game. So with that said, let's start the draw. Colin is going to go first and draw Group A or Group B.
All right, we are drawing out of a 2026 Green Level baseball hats. Here we go. And the first group
is start of spring sports.
Yes, indeed. The first group is Group A. This is Group A.
All right, so the team that Matt Clifton is going to draw here will be in Group A. Matt?
All right, so we're drawing out of a 2021 Friendship baseball hat.
There you go. Good. Throwback.
First team, believe it or not, is Friendship.
Apex Friendship going to Group A. All right, so that is one of the Quad City 7 teams. There are 4 in the tournament this year, so we have room for one more in Group A. Colin, you go ahead and draw the next group.
You got it. Group B.
All right. The next team will go to Group B. Matt?
Next team is Heritage.
Heritage Huskies going to Group B in the Wake County Cup. Next group.
I'm writing this down, by the way. I know we'll have the recording, but I'm writing it down too. We are back to Group A.
Back to Group A.
Next team is Fuquay.
Fuquay-Varina, the Bengals going to Group A along with Apex Friendship.
Back to Group B.
All right. Group B. Heritage is in Group B so far. Who is next?
Wakefield.
Wakefield Wolverines going to Group B along with Heritage. So right now we've got two teams in both groups. Group A, Apex Friendship and Fuquay-Varina. Group B, Heritage and Wakefield. Next group.
Play with Group B.
Group B.
Green Level.
Green Level going to Group B. So now there's only one spot left in Group B. Green Level, Heritage, and Wakefield, all in Group B. All right. Next group.
Group A.
Group A.
All right. Next team is Willow Spring.
So Willow Spring is going to Group A. That means Willow Spring and Apex Friendship are the two teams from the Quad City 7 in Group A. The only Quad City 7 team left that has not been drawn yet is Willow Spring. So Willow Spring will automatically go to Group B, which leaves us one team.
We
for
just
Group
drew
A.
Willow. We just drew Willow.
Oh, that's right. Group A. So it'll be
Yeah.
Green Hope that goes to Group B along with Green Level. So that leaves us with one team left for Group A.
Holly Springs.
Holly Springs going to Group A. So Group A will be Apex Friendship, Fuquay-Varina, Willow Spring, and Holly Springs. Group B will be Heritage, Wakefield, Green Level, and Green Hope. We'll recap that again before we're done. We're also going to talk to the Apex Friendship soccer coach here in just a moment. But first, let's go over the rules of the Wake County Cup, how the scoring is broken down, and how the championship match will be determined. The Wake County Cup is a regular season tournament that features 8 boys soccer teams from public schools in Wake County. Teams are separated into 2 different groups, and each team in a group plays every other team in the group one time. In group play, if a team is tied at the end of regulation, the game ends in a tie. If the championship game is tied at the end of regulation, the state playoff rules from the North Carolina High School Athletic Association will be used. Those rules call for 2 10-minute overtime periods, followed by 2 5-minute golden goal periods, and then penalty kicks if the game remains tied. If teams from the same conference are grouped together, the first conference game played will also be designated as the Wake County Cup game for scoring purposes. Teams earn points based on the results of each game. 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, and 0 points for a loss. After play is complete, teams are ranked by their total points, and ties are broken by goal differential, followed by total goals scored. The top team from each group, both JV and varsity, will play in the Wake County Cup Championship on Saturday, October 10th at Apex Friendship High School. The JV game is scheduled for 5 p.m., with a varsity game at 7 p.m. Trophies and medals will be awarded to the Wake County Cup champions after the game. All right, we're going to bring in Apex Friendship boys soccer coach Mac Pugliano. Coach, first off, you're coming off a conference championship season a year ago in the Quad City 7. What momentum do you guys bring into a new season as you get ready for the fall?
It felt really good to win that Quad City 7 inaugural. It's always been a great group of teams. We were fortunate to be joined by Jordan and Willow this year. So it's going to be a rough group again next year. That group is always extremely difficult. So we're excited for next year. We're bringing back a good portion of our players. We'll be missing, unfortunately, some seniors leaving like Austin Kruger and Dylan, among others. But we've got some real good returners and a lot of quality coming back. We'll have some question marks in some areas for sure, no doubt about it. But we're confident that we're going to be good and competitive again.
You kind of alluded to it there. You do have some scoring that you're going to have to replace from last season. What are the keys that you're focused on during the offseason, getting ready for the fall? And are there some new names that we might hear from?
We're hopeful that we'll have some come back. As is common around this area, we do have a tendency to lose players, as other schools do, to academy programs and stuff as junior season rolls around. But we're not relying on those players to come back. We're going to try and rebuild with what we've got, and if they come back, it's a nice boon. But we're excited to get back on the pitch soon and start working on some scoring atmospheres. Our focus last year was more defensive side of things, so we didn't concede a lot of shots. I think we averaged conceding about 4 or 5 shots on goal per game, which in the high school atmosphere is absolutely crazy. So that really helped adhere to our successful season last year. So we're going to try and compound on that with a little bit more scoring opportunities.
The reason that Apex Friendship gets to host the Wake County Cup Championship this year is because you won it last fall, beat Leesville Road in the championship game in a thriller. How did that win benefit you guys going into the playoffs?
So we rolled into this season knowing that this was the first time that Friendship had been in it in a long time, if at all. I think we'd been in it once before, had made the final against Leesville Road, ironically enough. So we wanted a little bit of revenge there. That was before my time. But it was one of our goals. We knew we were in it, and we put at the beginning of the season that we wanted to be in the final. We weren't going to be bold and say we're going to win it all or anything like that. We had an objective. We knew if we got in the game, we could be competitive. Mike's Leesville team was a phenomenal opponent that game. Went ahead on us, to be honest. We didn't play super great, but I think both teams were just kind of beating each other up, and we were fortunate to come back there at the end with a great header. On a set piece, something we'd relied upon all year long, and taking advantage of some opportunities. So it was great. But the momentum, it kind of just pushed us in and said, "Hey guys, like we can win trophies here." It's something that we can do. It pushed us further on into the conference, which we eventually were fortunate enough to win. It would have been nice to make the regional final and get a little bit more hardware, but Hoggard was a tough opponent down there, as they always are, and we gave them quite a game, and we were unfortunate not to win that one. But hats off to them. They played a phenomenal season and ended up with the trophy that they rightfully deserved. So
yeah, went on to win the big one. Why do you think the Wake County Cup is such a good experience and event here in Wake County?
You watch professional soccer, and they have all of these cup tournaments. We've got the Davis Cup here in America. If you go back to England, which is where I follow most of my stuff, the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. And so we grew up, those of us that follow soccer, watching these tournaments, and to add it in, I think it's just another great thing for our players to have that experience, to see the professional side. The FA Cup is a really big deal in England. You can have so many things go right or wrong depending on where you're at. I mean, look at Wrexham; they're playing Chelsea, I think, next week or something like that in the FA Cup. And to have that kind of just dream, whether you're a big team or a little team, it doesn't matter. You can go and win it. And the Wake County area is very competitive, from our low A's to the high A's where we're at. It doesn't matter. Look at Middle Creek 6A team. Incredibly competitive, came back down 3-0 and ended up beating us at home and went on to the state final. So it doesn't matter what size you are, you can compete, and we'd love to see all sorts of teams do that.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you jumping on this afternoon, and good luck this offseason. We look forward to seeing this fall.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for putting this on. We appreciate it.
And before we go today, let's take one last look at the group assignments for the Wake County Cup for 2026. We have Apex Friendship, Fuquay-Varina, Willow Spring, and Holly Springs in Group A. And then in Group B, Heritage, Wakefield, Green Level, and Green Hope. All these will be posted on WakeCountyAthleticZone.com. Thanks for watching the live Wake County Cup draw here on Wake County Athletic Zone. We will see you again soon. Thank you for watching this special presentation from the Wake County Athletic Zone, powered by National Amateur Sports. For more coverage, please go to WakeCountyAthleticZone.com.